Now, the first game we're chatting about this week on the couch is Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Now, there are two aspects of this game. There's obviously single player, which we'll hear a bit more about later. But what we've been playing lately is the multiplayer beta that has just gone live on the PlayStation Network. Now, we've all had a go at this at Ubisoft offices early last week. Now, let's just do a bit of a quick recap. What is the actual multiplayer mode that people will get to play if they're lucky enough to get into the beta?
So basically, it's kind of like an assassination mode where I'm hunting you, you're hunting Dan, and Dan's hunting me, and it's kind of like the circle of life.
Paper, rock.
Yeah, no, it's a circle of life, man, in the game world. So I've got to take Randy out while I'm being hunted, and if I get too close to you, it tells you that I'm there, and then at the same time, that while I'm killing you, that exposes me to Dan.
But you don't know who's hunting you, though, is that right? No, like you just know your target, is that right?
Yep. There's something like, I think, 12 different characters that you can pick from, and then the entire world is populated by the same groups of 12 people. So you can blend in fairly easily.
Yeah, physical NPCs that have the same look as your character. So often you'll find it's really intense because you'll have people walking up to you and you don't really know if they're an NPC. You've got to kind of watch them. Are they running? Are they moving erratically? Do they look like they're maybe an AI-controlled bot? And then they might pull out a blade and shank you in the chest and keep walking.
Yeah.
So it's not about melee combat, is it? It's all about shanking.
No.
Is that right?
Pretty much, yeah. You just walk behind someone, give them a quick jab in the stomach a few times.
And keep moving.
Yeah.
Okay, now, because you mentioned characters, there are a few different character models you can choose from, and they have some preset abilities, is that right? Can you guys talk about that?
They do, yeah. There's a couple of, I guess, sort of like perks would be the best way to describe it. Like one is where you actually change your character model at the very last minute to blend in with a different group of character models. There's like a long-ranged handgun attack, so you can shoot people from afar, and that sort of stuff.
Smoke bombs.
Yeah, smoke bombs very effective.
There's two disguising abilities. One where it makes everybody in a radius around you the same character model. And the good thing with that one is that if somebody's approaching you and you get a little radial map and it shows the direction that they're in and their distance by how far the bar is. And if somebody gets close enough and there are a whole bunch of similar looking targets around you and you can blend in, they might shank one of the civilians, which actually makes them obvious to you. And then they lose their target.
Yeah, once you accidentally shank a civilian, you lose the target and you're assigned a new target.
Now, I actually really enjoyed this when I played it. What did you guys think of it? Like, were you going around, sneaking, or were you more like just running around shanking everyone you saw? Like, what was your play style, do you think?
Well, I think it's kind of like, it rewards you for being more stealthy. Like, if you jump from above and get someone in the head, you get more points, whereas you can literally just run up to someone, shake them, and then keep on running, whereas you only get 100 points for that, which is the bare minimum. So it's sort of like, it rewards you for being more stealthy, and you can still win the game from getting, say, like 5 kills, or like with really high stealth points, as opposed to getting like 12 kills with just the bare minimum points. So it's kind of like risk versus reward.
Yeah, I think that was my favorite aspect of the game. You never really knew who was a target, who might have you marked and where they were going to come from. People can run, and we started off doing that. You run towards your targets, you alert them, they can run off, you can lose them by throwing down a bomb, blending in, or just getting away. But having that element where you don't necessarily need to be making a high number of kills, and you can actually plan an attack, sit on a roof, which makes you a little bit more obvious because the NPCs don't tend to get up there, and then strike from above and get one really good kill for a good number of points is way better than that constant grind of just getting kills.
The thing is, though, I noticed that like sometimes when I'd be setting up like that really high point kill, it's just as you'd be going in for the kill, someone would then come from behind and then shank you. So again, it comes back to like, do I just run and shank them, or do I actually try and set it up, but risk being exposed for a longer period of time?